Now on to the escalating conflict in the Middle East. Tonight, Iran is launching a new wave of retaliatory strikes after Israel's attack on the country's nuclear program. And Iran is now saying the United States was complicit in the attacks. It comes as NBC News learned the U.S. helped shoot down Iranian missiles that were targeting Israel. The nightcap is still here. Colonel Jack, you know I'm going to you first. Israel is calling this a preemptive attack rather than preventative. Explain to us the difference and what's your take on all of this? How imminent is the real threat here?
Well, I think preemptive is probably the wrong term to use. I think it is preventative. Preemptive suggests that you expect an attack on you to be imminent, and that's not the case here. Everybody's been working really hard for decades to try to get the Iranians to quit producing nuclear weapons. I had a conversation this 40 years ago with Menachem Begin, right after they attacked the Osirak reactor in Iraq. You attack the Osirak reactor, why don't you go get the Iranians? They're going to produce a nuclear weapon. And he said accusatorily, because you guys won't let us do it. Restraint has brought us exactly to where we are today. It would have been lots better off had we encouraged the Israelis to attack Iran back then. Now, it looks like they've got about a significant percentage of what's required in order to produce maybe about 9 or 10 nuclear weapons, and they're buried deep underground. Israel, not surprisingly, wants to do something about it, and we have been helping them with logistical assistance, with intelligence assistance, and the attack on Iran is just beginning. Ultimately, they're going to have to go after the nuclear stockpiles that are near Qum, which are deep underground. How they're going to do it is difficult to envision, since it's going to require weapons Israel does not have.
How long do you think it'll last?
It's liable to last at least a couple of weeks. I mean, Israel's saying that it's going to last weeks and not days. And there are going to be casualties on both sides, obviously, as we saw today when Iran fired missiles. I tell you one thing that's really kind of interesting. You remember the last time there was an exchange of fire between them? The sky was full of incoming missiles from Iran. Not this time. Why is that? One argument is that a lot of the capability was eliminated in the initial attack by Israel. And there was not much left over from the last time that they exchanged missiles. Another argument is that Iran is keeping its powder dry and doesn't want to use all of its weapons, or the majority of its weapons, until later on when it can, or it feels like its back is up against the wall and they really start in earnest to bombard Israeli cities. But whatever the reason is, we didn't see last time, and we haven't seen the volume of fire coming from Iran that we saw last time.
Well, let's go to Israel. How much of this is about Netanyahu's legacy, right? Their biggest strike on Iran took out military leaders, took out top scientists. Is this about his legacy?
I'm sure he thinks it's about his legacy, but I think it's a little early to say whether or not this is going to be a net positive for his legacy. I know that
is his intention.
Oh, I think so. I mean, a lot of the, his supporters and, people in his inner circles have even been using the word legacy for the last couple of days. But, there's a few other things on Netanyahu's plate, like his corruption trial, like a war in Gaza that is not yet over, that doesn't really have a day after plan. So there's a lot of things that could define his legacy. I think he is hoping that a big, massive attack that totally, shifts the paradigm of the power balance in the Middle East and makes it so that Israel's enemies or perceived enemies feel like they could never encroach on them again or make threats about wiping them off the map. I think that's the motivation. But whether or not, it's going to be successful, whether or not Netanyahu's legacy will be defined positively by the things that are happening right now, way too soon to say.